everybody, welcome back to the Royal Read. I am so glad you decided to stop by and see what I'm reading on. But before we get started, you already know, I'm going to invite you to be a part of this tribe. I have to, because we are growing and we are the best on these internet streets. And if you don't believe me, go in the comments, talk to someone. I promise you're going to be impressed. And after you are impressed, you know what you need to do. You need to go down in those settings, look around, find that subscribe button and go ahead on and subscribe. And while you're in there, hit your notification bell too, so you know when I upload or when I just want to pop in. And give me a thumbs up to fight my nemesis, the beast, the algorithm. We are still going at it. I'm starting to win a little bit, I must say. Also, I just want to give a big shout out and a big thank you to all of the readers who decide to support the channel by watching the commercials. Let me tell you, y'all have been showing up and showing out here lately. And I just want to say, I really, really appreciate it because it really, really helps the channel. Also, over in the corner, that's our join button. That's for channel memberships. And if you choose to become a channel member and a part of the reading club, you will be supporting my channel to grow, to improve, and to continue. And I would be so grateful, so thankful, so over the moon appreciative to have your support. Also, in the other corner, that's our super thanks. And if you just want to support the channel by doing a one-time donation, that's what the super thanks is for. And all donations to the channel is always, always greatly appreciated. All right, y'all, we do have some super thanks. We have some shout outs. And first is Jane Press. Jane is a ride or die. And Jane has been with me since the beginning. She is a huge, huge supporter of this channel and a huge part of this community. And let me tell you, I am so blessed to have her. So thank you, Jane. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here, being a part of this community. Next up is Ella Gully. Ella is a ride or die. She is. Now, she hadn't been with me since the beginning, but I tell you what, she has become such a huge part of this community. I don't know what I would do without Ella. She is in the comments on a daily basis. She is always coming through with the support. She is just everything. So I just want to say thank you, Ella. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the super thanks. But most of all, thank you for your presence, because your presence makes this community a much better community. Up next is Christina W. And I'm saying W because she sent me a super thanks through Cash App. And so I don't know if she wants me to use her full name or not. So I'm just going to say Christina W. Christina, thank you for your support. Thank you for seeing something in my channel that you want to support. And just thank you for being a part of this community. I'll be seeing you in the comments dropping all that good knowledge. I'm telling you, Christina is everything. So if y'all see her in the comments, make sure you read her comments, because let me tell you, she definitely be dropping the knowledge. So Christina, thank you for the support, but most of all, thank you for being a part of this community. You make it so much better just by your presence. All right, y'all, I'm going to play something and we're going to talk on the other side. Y'all, I just want to give another quick thank you to Ella Gully. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Ella. You know, you being here is the most important part of it, but thank you also for the super thanks. And Jane Press, Jane, my ride or die, Jane, the one that's been with me since the beginning. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the super thanks. And just thank you for being a part of this community. You make it so much better just by being here. And Christina W., thank you, thank you, thank you, Christina. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being a part of this community, making this community what it is. And just thank you for the super thanks. All right, y'all, let's get started. And y'all know when I am putting the read together, y'all know what I do. I hit these internet streets. And that's exactly what I have been doing today. I have been on Instagram over there stalking Meghan, seeing what she is up to. And she did do a post. So I am going to share that with you. And then I was seeing what the Instagram squatties was up to. And let me tell you, they are not playing. The squatties, period, are not playing. And I went on X, formerly known as Twitter, over there where those squatties are. Oh my goodness. They are absolutely running amok over there, dragging Kate, dragging Sophie, dragging Charles, dragging William, dragging the horse. Why? Because they try to put out their flying monkeys to try to attack Meghan and Harry about the baby mama dance video. And I'm telling you, had the nerve to say that it was undignified, that it was classless, that it was cringe. Well, let me tell you, my timeline says that they should have let that sleeping dog lie, because the squatties are still not having any of it. We're on what, about our third or fourth day of squatties just dragging the dog out of them. I'm telling you, they are dragging the dog crap out of those left behinds over there, posting pictures that I have never saw before. And wow, it's one of Kate. I'm gonna tell you, she absolutely has some pictures out there that if Meghan had anything close to that, they would crucify Meghan. I mean, literally put her up on a cross. But Kate, the English Rose, is out here showing her whole vajayjay. And I am not exaggerating. The squatties have found pictures of Kate showing her full on vajayjay. And let me tell you, posting them up and down. Posting them up and down these internet streets. They will learn. They will learn to leave Meghan and Harry alone. They will learn. And my whole thing is, if they hadn't learned before this, hopefully they will learn after this, because squatties are taking no prisoners. They are not holding back. They are doing all the investigating that needs to be investigated and pulling up everything and posting it. And I must say, a lot of it I never saw before. I had never saw it before. But the squatties are pulling it up, saying that we got time today. We will show you to leave them alone. And they are not just posting them. They are not just posting them on their accounts. They are posting it on ITV accounts. Any account that has something to say about Meghan, they are going in on them, to the point where ITV posted about William today and did not allow anybody to comment. Absolutely shut off the comments. They did. Because they knew how that was going to go. They knew exactly how it was going to go. Because, like I said, these past 2 to 3, maybe 4 days, the Squatties have not been having none of it. Ever since Meghan posted that baby mama dance video, and they tried to come at her hard and pretend like it was unroyal and it was this and it was that, the Squatties have been dragging those folks over there, dragging Charles, dragging his horse, dragging William, dragging Kate. And I'm telling you, I believe Kate got the worst of it. I do. Because there's some pictures I cannot even show y'all. I didn't even know these pictures exist. Like I said, if it was Meghan, let me tell you, she would be crucified. But because it's Kate, they want to try to hide it. But all we can say is the internet is forever. Y'all can try to scrub them off of these different websites. I have looked for some pictures here lately and they've been scrubbed. But, you know, the Squatties got them somewhere stashed away. And anytime they open their mouth again, guess what? Them pictures gonna come out just like they are out now. And I must say, I am messy and I am petty and I am loving it. They are talking about, is this your future queen? And her whole JJ is out. Leave Squatties alone. Leave Meghan alone. Leave Harry alone. I'm telling you, we are like the beehive. Don't hit the hornet's nest. Do not mess with Harry and Meghan, and you will not get this kind of results. But all I can say, if you don't know, you will know. And if you hadn't learned, you will learn. All right, y'all, we're going to talk about some of that, and we got some more things we're going to cover. It's not going to be that long because it's not that much out there right now, but let me tell you, my timeline is a delight. It is. So, yes, the Squatties are just chef's kiss, and they are so entertaining, and they are absolutely ruthless. Like I said, if you don't know, you will know. All right, y'all, we're going to start with this. And I'm going to put it up. And this particular Squatty said, the UK media and haters feign outrage over Harry and Meghan's baby mama dance video, calling it disgusting and unroyal. That's a joke in that family. And like I said, if you've been on anybody's timeline or been in any of these comments for these so-called news organizations, and you saw the Squatties up in there, you will know that that family is nothing but trash. They can't say anything about anybody being unroyal when Sophie was topless. Kate was out here showing her the JJ. William out here dancing with other women while his wife was pregnant at home. And, you know, that whole pagan thing and him, and, you know, we ain't gonna go into that. And Charles out there in the bushes, you know, shagging Camilla while Diana is upstairs. And we all know what kind of woman who are shagging the bushes. And now she sits on the throne of England. So, yeah, that family has nothing to say about Harry and Meghan doing an innocent dance. And let me tell you, those so-called royal reporters, I bet you they wish they had kept their mouths shut, because it has been brutal. But I digress, y'all. I cannot, my timeline has got me hyped. But this particular Squatty goes on to say, but 500,000 plus new followers since its release. don't think so. Yes, Meghan has gained close to 700,000 new followers from this one video. But yet and still, they want to try to paint it as vulgar, disgusting, cringe, all of this nonsense. These old jealous, hateful, bitter old hags and flying monkeys. Well, this right here absolutely proves that nobody pays you no mind. You don't set the narrative anymore. And on top of that, the Squatties are going to drag that family to HE double hockey sticks every time you come for Harry and Meghan at this point. And I'm telling you, it is something to behold. The dragging is something to behold. It has been epic this time around. Like I said, I have saw Squatties drag that family before, but this time it has been just epic. The flying monkeys, the ugly old hags, the derangers, the toadies, the trolls, the old hags and skanks. Let me tell you, they went real low this time. They went really, really low. But I don't think they were prepared for the Squatties to take it to the pits of hell. And that is exactly what the Squatties did. They took it to the pits of hell. And I must say, it is a lovely thing. It is. I didn't participate in it this time because some of the Squatties are like CIA agents and they have skills beyond what I have. And let me tell you, they absolutely drug up some pictures I had never saw before. And boy, are they something to behold. Like I said, leave Harry and Meghan alone. Leave them alone. Because if you're not willing to be drugged to the pits of hell, leave them alone. Because that's exactly where the Squatties intend upon meeting you at. And like this particular squatter said, and baby, I love it. All right, y'all, I'm gonna put this one up. And if you are a squatty familiar with these internet streets, you know exactly who this old flying monkey is. Yes, it's none other than Victoria Arbiter. Yes, the one who said, and I believe lied about losing her eyelashes because she felt so bullied by the Sussex Squad. And she feels that the Sussex Squad is the reason why she lost her job at CNN, not her lying and pretending like she had saw the Oprah interview and was caught out by these pranksters who wanted to show that these royal experts was full of you know what. And so they got them to pretend like they had saw the interview, and I think it was like a day or two prior to the interview airing, and they sit up there and pretend like they had saw it and just gave a full on opinion about an interview that they had never seen. Yes, but somehow her daddy, that old, what's her name, Ingrid Seward, and Richard Fitzwilliam, yes. And then they in turn wanted to lie and said that they were somehow tricked into giving that interview about a interview that had never even happened. So yeah, she wanted, this is the same one who wanted to try to say that the Sussex Squad was the reason why she lost her job. No, that wasn't the reason why you lost your job. The reason you lost your job is because you are a fake and a phony and a liar. Now, the Sussex Squad did go to CNN and absolutely let them know that you was a fake, a fraud, and a liar. but we never would have been able to do that if you wasn't a fake, a fraud, and a liar. But I digress. This is who was on Australian television, the only place she can get a job because she can't get one here in America. She lives in America, but nobody wants her because she has been caught out as a liar. And of course, she doesn't, it's no room for her over in Great Britain because we all know they have no standards over there, but they got so many lying, scheming, backstabbing, a bunch of flying monkeys over there. It just ain't no room for her. Now she would fit in because she is willing to lie at a drop of a hat. She is willing to carry the water of that family, like I said, willingly and happily. But it's just so many over there across the pond that it's no room for her. So the only time you see her is on Australian television telling her lies and spewing her bile. And that's exactly what she was doing the other morning when she was talking about Meghan's baby mama dance video. But it didn't turn out quite like she thought it was going to turn out. She thought that it was just going to be the same, oh, everybody is singing from the same hymn book. And that is to try to be disparaging to Harry and Meghan at every turn. Well, this time she got some pushback from the presenters because they actually liked the video. And she absolutely, you could see the blood drain out of her face because she wasn't expecting that. She wasn't. She was faced with reality, and the reality is the worm is starting to turn. People are tired of the negativity. They are tired of the Royal Rota's nonsense and trying to push this narrative that everything Harry and Meghan does is bad, is negative, is awful, is cringe, any kind of negative adjective you can come up with that is associated with Harry and Meghan. And people are just absolutely tired of it and see that it is not working. I mean, I think Meghan has gotten like 40 million views on that one video. And I can't even think how many millions of likes she has gotten. And she has gained, like I said earlier, close to 700,000 new followers. And nobody over there can compete with that. And now they're finding out when they go in their comments that it's so many people starting to push back on this bull crap of a narrative of theirs that everything Harry and Meghan does is supposed to be bad. People are starting to see through the nonsense. They're getting more and more support every time that the British media comes up with this nonsense. And they are starting to feel it. They are starting to realize that that dog is not hunting the way it used to hunt. And I just love it for them. I do. But this particular squatty posted this and said, I love how people are now mocking the Royal Rotor. Victoria Arbiter, just look at yourself. You came off as stupid and gloomy. When the Australian media and Fox News find the video fun, it's time for the British media to get over themselves. Exactly. They're out here looking real stupid. But we all know the people who have been in this game for a while, they are stupid. This is nothing new. They have been playing this stupid smear campaign since the beginning. And it has always been just this stupid. It's just the fact that this many people was not paying attention at the time. The eyeballs are growing. And the more the eyeballs grow, the more people are calling them out for their stupidity and silliness and pettiness. I mean, and unnecessary the smearing of Harry and Meghan. People are just not having it. And like I said, the blowback this particular time has been real for that family over there. And like I said, I love it for them. I do. And this particular squatty reposted that same soundbite, and I'm not going to play it because it is not even worth playing to me. But basically, this particular squatty said, laugh out loud. Let's all sit down and have a good laugh. Victoria Arbiter came on Australian television to spew her usual anti-Sussex bile and was told by the presenter that the British press needs to get over itself. Yes, this particular guy absolutely said that. It says the whole world is sick of the British media's crap. Exactly. Because when you have nothing but negative things to say about such a sweet and funny and relatable video as that one that Meghan posted, her baby mama dance video, and millions and millions and millions of people really think it's really, really cute, and even other couples start posting theirs because they were inspired by Harry and Meghan. And then all you got is negativity and bow. No, people are sick of it. They just say, get over yourself. And look down here. What this squatty said, it says, now the UK media are mad because we called them out, laughing my A off. And look what they posted. Well, not posted. Look at the article that they wrote about these presenters making fun of the British media, talking about TV host Meghan and Harry remarks spark fury and disgust. Viewers turn off, and they know that that is a lie. You know that's a lie. But they want to try to pretend and gaslight people into believing that their narrative is the truth when we know that they got lying down to a science. These rags do nothing but lie. And I am sure 100% that nobody turned off. They were probably cheering on these presenters because they too are tired of the nonsense constantly, always something negative to say about Harry and Meghan doing something as sweet and cute as this. People are tired of it. But yet and still, they had to cover themselves and pretend like, oh, because these presenters took up for Harry and Meghan, they got backlash. They sparked a fury. It was the viewers was disgusted. Disgusted by what? The guy saying that the British media should get over themselves because it was a cute video, because the woman said that Meghan was relatable. What is really disgusting is them rags over there across the pond that has nothing better to do than to circle the drain and try to hold on to Meghan like she is a life preserver, just trying to get anything and everything to write about her, but yet and still you need her, but then you try to smear her. I mean, that is schizophrenia. That is the perfect definition of schizophrenia, because you need her, but you still smear her. You hate her. That's crazy. And I just love it for them. I hope they just absolutely hurry up and slip down the drain, because they're not getting as much engagement as they used to get with all these negative stories. I mean, even the trolls are not getting as much engagement as they used to. Yes, the tide is turning, the worm is turning. People are starting to see right through it. They said, how can this couple, everything they do is cringe, everything they do is wrong, everything they do is described in negative terms. It cannot be. And when we see them, they seem like a loving, warm, funny, kind couple. Yes, I love it. I love it for them, and I love it for us, and I love it for Harry and Meghan. I'm just saying. All right, y'all, I'm gonna put this one up. And this particular squatty absolutely just went to the heart of what was going on here. Why are you so offended by Harry and Meghan dancing, being joyful about their upcoming, new bundle of joy, but yet it still had nothing to say about William dancing with another woman? I mean, DJing in a club while his wife was getting ready to have a baby. But they had nothing to say about that. This particular squatty said this: Prince William dancing at a nightclub with another woman while Kate Middleton is pregnant is very royal, elegant, and dignified. Prince Harry dancing with his wife, Meghan Markle, while pregnant is very unroyal. They're making a X tape, not dignified. And that's what old Piers Morgan said. That's what the next thing that's gonna happen is they're gonna drop a X tape. Yes, this is what he came up with, seeing a husband and wife being happy and joyous at the upcoming arrival of their new child, dancing like so many other couples do to induce labor. He's talking about the next thing happen is gonna be them dropping a X tape. Well, if anybody drops a X tape, it's gonna be that wife of his who was on Ashley Madison, which is a cheating site for married people. Yes, let's think back. She was one of the people who was outed once. I think it was hacked and a lot of the names got released. Yes, she was one of the people that was outed for being on that website. So if he's looking for any X tapes, he need to look in his wife's drawers, under the bed, somewhere close by, maybe in her purse or her pocketbook. Yes, if you want to see a X tape, maybe start there first and not for a innocent baby mama video. I'm just saying. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this up. And this was in the Daily Fail yesterday. And it looks like they have finally started to come to the realization that they are not pushing the narrative. They're not in control of the narrative anymore. People are not falling for the okie doke. They are not allowing themselves to be bamboozled by those rags over there. And this particular squatty posted this and said, toxic British press after Duchess Meghan's video garnered millions of views and millions of likes and thousands of positive comments. Overreacted. And what they're talking about is this article that was in the Daily Fail. And listen to the headline. It is delicious. It says, as long as it twerks in America, while Meghan Markle doesn't care if British haters wince at video of her twerking in the delivery room before daughter Lilibeth's birth. Well, they finally is starting to get it that nobody cares about their opinion. They don't have the ability to drive the narrative anymore. Nobody cares about what you think or how you feel because it is so many other people who think and feel differently when it comes to Meghan and Harry. And I just love this for them. The light bulb is finally starting to flicker and come on. to the point where they understand that Meghan doesn't care anymore. If they had watched that video, Meghan's last video, they would have known, not her last video, I'm sorry, her last interview with Jamie. Yes, she was literally telling them then that she could care less if they paid her. When Meghan said she was out of the prove it game, she meant she was out of the prove it game. And that meant those people, those rags, the haters, the toadies, and all the flying monkeys, and especially the rangers, that she don't give a damn about what they think of her. She don't give a tinker's damn at that. And I just love it. I love when they finally come to the realization that their opinion means nothing, that their opinion and 50 cents will get them a cup of coffee. And that's it. That's all you get. Because Meghan could care less. And we all know the Squatties couldn't care any less, even if we tried. We just absolutely is never going to let them have any peace in their pursuit of this smear campaign. And it has been wonderful to see them come to the realization that they no longer have the power. They no longer have the power. And every time that they attack Harry and Meghan, those left behinds are going to get attacked as well. I'm just going to say this. Eventually, they're going to have to come to the conclusion if it's worth it, if the smear campaign is worth the blowback, because each and every time they attack Harry and Meghan, the blowback gets more and more intense. So it's going to get to a point where the blowback is not even going to be worth the attack because of the blowback. Because this time, like I said earlier, the blowback has been lethal. I mean, Squatties did not hold back one bit. It has been full on warfare when it comes to these internet streets. I'm just saying. Also, in this article, they talked about how Meghan, a source close to Harry and Meghan, well, especially Meghan, saying that Meghan is going to be selling wine. How in the world do they know? Because we all know that they have no sources close to Meghan. And we're going to keep an eye out about this because, like I said, she might sell wine. Who knows? We know Meghan loves wine. But how is the Daily Mail getting a tip like that, saying that she's going to be selling wine? And, well, of course, they talk about how her products are going to be restocked later on this month. But we all know that they got that straight from Meghan's Instagram and try to pretend like they have some kind of inside knowledge. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this one up. And I must say, I cackled when I saw it because Squatties are pretty much saying that it will be no peace until Harry and Meghan have some peace. That these rags leave them alone. That they keep their names out of their mouths. But we all know at this point they can't, because it has become a business model for these people. And I am starting to love that because they are getting less and less and less engagement because of their negativity. It's going to be interesting to see if these people, in order to survive, these rags are going to have to change. It is going to be interesting to see because, like I said, they're circling the drain. They're not getting as much engagement. They are not getting the eyeballs. They're not getting the interest anymore. I mean, the ugly old hags, the toadies, the minions, the derangers, the skanks, they're not really growing in numbers. They're actually starting to dwindle and be outnumbered by Harry and Meghan supporters and squatties. So what they gonna do when they absolutely are going to be faced with a dilemma of continuing this smear campaign and potentially slipping down the drain? Because like I said, they're circling the drain, just holding on for dear life, or to change course and to be more fair in their reporting of Harry and Meghan and try to pull in some of this growing support Harry and Meghan continues to get. It's going to be interesting to watch. But all I can say is, for me, I will forever give them the side eye. I will forever serve them up dust. They will always be the rags that they have always been. And I will never, ever, ever forgive them for the hell they have taken this couple through. So they will continue to get nothing out of me, even if they do change course. I'm just saying. This particular squattee posted this and said, "This is a frequent reminder that they will have no peace until they leave Harry and Meghan alone. Eye of newt and toe of frog." Yes, yes, yes. No peace, no peace at all. I'm just saying. All right, y'all. I'm gonna put this up, and this was posted to the Prince and Princess of Wales Instagram account. And William did a speech. He was over in Monaco, and he is on another crusade, and this time is to save the oceans. But you could tell he absolutely was more interested in the money shot than he was the oceans. But I digress. This particular squatty came up. Well, let me read what he said. He said, speaking to global leaders today at the Blue Economy and Finance Forum in Monaco on the vital importance of reviving the oceans. Yes, he is on a crusade to revive the ocean. We all know he is so concerned about the earth that he flies around in his helicopter like it is his car, you know, and he constantly taking private jets, which I'm sure he took one there. But he's so concerned about the ocean. He really is. And you know, he also is concerned about world peace. He said he was going to do that as well. He's going to bring peace to the Middle East. He was going to do that. Yeah, he just got so many crusades that he is a part of. And he got Earthflop. Yes, you know, Earthflop is supposed to save the world as well. Now, I must admit, I did not listen to his speech. I did not. I just could not stomach it. It did pop up on my timeline. It was available to me to watch, but I raced past it like I was Sha'Carri Richardson. I just could not be bothered. But it's my understanding he was, you know, in his speech, he spoke French. And I just find that so curious. Number one, I'm sure it was only a few lines, but how he can be bothered to learn how to speak French, but not bothered to learn how to speak Welsh. Isn't that something? And he's supposed to be the Prince of Wales and cannot speak Welsh. I think he did one or two lines in Welsh, and one of the professors who teach Welsh or at the college in Wales said that it was just absolutely horrible. And this man hadn't took the time to learn Welsh, but he can take the time to learn French, at least some French. I just found that sus and very, very disrespectful. But this squatty who watched it said this, as you can see at the bottom: terrible job, what a failure. And all I can say is I'm going to take this squatty's word for it, because their profile pic is a picture of Ingrid Seward. And anybody who can absolutely use Ingrid Seward as their profile pic is someone that I feel is pretty doggone brave with their assessments. But this particular squatty said, terrible job, what a failure. I'm just saying. And also, y'all, look at that engagement. This is from a Instagram account that has over 16 million followers. And look at the engagement. He got 69,000 views, 2.8 likes, and 415 reposts, and 107 comments. This is an account that has over 16 million followers. You cannot make this nonsense up. If this right here is not evidence that something is not right, as we say down here in the South, something in the buttermilk is not clean. When you got 16 million followers, I think it's 16.7 million followers, and you can't even muster up 100K views, stop it. Stop it. This is ridiculous at this point. I mean, come on now. Are we to believe that these 16 million followers are real people? Really? Or have they been purchased, been bought, bots? Just something I am just putting out there. Because isn't that odd? Very, very suspicious. Yes, very weird. I'm just saying. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this up. And this particular squatter reposted that same post from ITV and said this: you got to be effing kidding me. They turned off the comments. Are you effing serious? Yes, they turned off the comments because they have been getting a load of what has been going on these internet streets these past few days, since they decided to attack Harry and Meghan about a sweet and just loving, joyful video that they made about the birth of their daughter, and how the Squatties has gone all in, how Harry and Meghan's supporters have gone all in. But I must be honest now. I don't think it's too much of the supporters. They have been doing, giving great comments and pushing back on a lot of, troll activity. But the real grunt work has been done by the Sussex squad, posting all them pictures of Kate's and her hoo-ha shown to the world. And all of Sophie's dirty laundry, her being topless and the blind chic, and all of the, her things that she said about that family while they were, secretly taping her. And, the squatties even drug up Tampon Gate, drug that right on up, and just so much more. So could it be that they did not want that on their in their comments because they knew we was coming? They knew the squatties were coming. And that is the reason why they absolutely shut down the comments. They turned them off because they knew the Squatties was sitting on ready to post picture after picture after picture of Kate's hoo-ha. I cannot, y'all. I cannot. I love this community. I do. Because it's just as messy and petty as I am. And I just love it. All right, y'all. I'm going to put this up. And guess who was at this conference, this summit with William? Guess who was there in Monaco? Well, it's none other than the alleged girlfriend. And like I said, allegedly, that's what a lot of people are saying. I don't know who these people I don't know who these people are, but they saying it. I can hear them. Saying that his girlfriend Jason Knopf was there, and they both had their beards in full effect. They were bearded up, and look at this wild boy. They were just feeling themselves. And this particular squatty said, it's getting weirder, but no one will say anything, right? Is he soft launching Knopf? We've seen him more with him in 2025 than with Kate. William and Kate don't even share the same car. And I'm going to tell you, look how happy he looks with Jason Knopf. Like I said, they walking through the building, they feeling themselves. You can tell when someone is really feeling themselves. And look at William. William is feeling himself with Jason Knopf at his side. No, I cannot. I cannot. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this up and look at them. They on the elevator discussing. I mean, we all know that these are set up pictures because we know that these two ain't got nothing interesting to say to each other except what time we're gonna meet later. Allegedly. Let me put allegedly in there because I don't want them coming for my neck. But yes, this particular squatty said this. As I said before, boyfriend Knopf's job is to hype up Willie Macbeth by means fair or foul, but mostly foul. Knopf's Machiavellian shenanigans to date has only exposed Willie as a sociopath. So good luck with that. Exactly. I mean, they have played their hands so badly, especially against Harry and Meghan. They have. And for him to take on this human being right here instead of his brother, this says everything you need to know about William and how he wants to be a global statesman. Yes, he wants to be a global statesman, this lightweight, this know nothing, this mediocre. And it shows every time he steps foot on the global stage, on the world stage. He shows himself up to be exactly what this particular squatty said, a sociopath, mediocre, lightweight. He is a lightweight, and he proves it every time he steps on the world stage. I'm just saying. I'm gonna put this up, and I must say this particular squatty had me cackling because they're pretty much saying he's way over to Monaco trying to save the oceans when he cannot save those raggedy houses that he is renting out to tenants. This particular squatty said this. There is a very urgent need for Prince William to clean up the black mold that is affecting people who live in his rental property. They need help. Yes, because he was on the world stage today talking about it is a urgent need to save the ocean. Well, it's an urgent need to save those people from that black mold in them raggedy houses you are renting out, Slumlord Willie. What about that? What about that? It's an urgent need for that as well. But he don't want to talk about that. He wants to talk about something else where he can get the money shot. And my whole thing is if he's so concerned about the ocean, why is he not concerned about the Thames and a lot of the different waterways in the UK that is full with shite? We all know it is. I think the Thames, now correct me in the comments, that raw sewage is absolutely released into the Thames and some of those other rivers and waterways in the United Kingdom. But yet and still, he's not interested in cleaning that up. He's way over in Monaco talking about the ocean. Well, there's plenty of people working on that problem. How about working on your problems at home, William? I mean, he is so fake, fake as a $4 bill, because he wants us to believe that he is concerned with the oceans, but he has no concern about all that black mold in them houses or the waterways in his own country. Stop it. Stop it. It is just ridiculous. I hope the British people shut this nonsense down, because when he becomes king and he tries to be king of the world, that is just not going to work. It's not going to fly with the world, and it's not going to fly with the United Kingdom, because at the end of the day, he needs to focus on his own homeland. I'm just saying. All right, y'all, I'm going to put up what this squatty said, and I agree with it 100%. It says, may these two backstabbing traitors never have a day of peace. All I can say to that is, amen. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this up. And y'all remember when this happened? When the airline, I cannot think of its name to save my life. Please put it in the comments. And they posted this about, William pegging, but it really wasn't about William pegging. It said, William, we saved you a seat. And then they had the one, they had the one armrest up. Y'all remember that? And then we found out later from one of the people who was involved in posting this that the palace had contacted them and wanted them to take it down. Y'all remember, but we all know the internet is forever. And the Squatties holds on to all the receipts. And so look at here, it is back again. I love it. But yes, and it tells us something too, that he knows exactly what we are saying out here in these internet streets. That's another reason why he is so mad, because he hadn't been able to get away with his hatefulness and his smearing of his brother. He hadn't been able to tear Harry and Meghan down in peace using his allies in the rags to do so, because the Sussex Squad and social media has not allowed him to do that. And he knows everything that we say about him. And I just love that for him. And this particular squatter said, William's big speech is not being received as he possibly wished. Seems like the media is concluding that the only thing Willie is good at is pegging. And posted this picture. Yes. Oh, I love it for them. They should leave Harry and Meghan alone and we would leave them alone. We would be talking about Lilybeth and all kinds of stuff that we would be involved in, just looking forward to the new drop of the new products. We would never talk about that family over there if they would leave Harry and Meghan alone, but they seem like they just can't keep their name out of their mouths, and we can't keep their names out of our mouths because of it. I'm just saying. All right, y'all, I want to put this one up, and I just had to add it in because it is so true. It says the Rangers, thank God William was born first. Me, thank God he was. He'll never know real happiness or freedom, and I love that. You're welcome. Tell me that right there is not a squatty on the messy grind. Yes, this squatty is on their messy grind. Yes, she said that she loved it for him, that he would never know real happiness or freedom. We're glad he was born first, too. I love it. I love it. All right, y'all, I want to put this one up. And this is Sophie bowing to Charles. I mean, just about on her knees, bowing to Charles. Isn't this some nonsense? And look at her, just about to come out of her shoe. And them feet looking really, really rough. Doesn't look like she has had a pedicure in a minute. And they talking about Harry and Meghan, especially Meghan. Look at Sophie. She dropping it down low, low, low. And she's dropping it down so low, she coming out of her shoe. I'm just saying, this is what the lack of money will do for you. When the monarch has all the money and you have to depend on him, you be groveling on your knees. I'm just saying. Also, y'all, I want to put this up real quick. This is Princess Lily's birthday cake. Yeah, she had a little mermaid birthday cake. And this particular squatty said, I can't get over Princess Lily's little mermaid cake. Yes, look how beautiful. I bet it was delicious. I love birthday cake. All right, y'all, this is my last one, and Meghan posted this on her Instagram. Doesn't she look beautiful in the surf? And this particular squatty said, as ever, well done, Meghan Sussex. Yes, Meghan looks so relaxed, so happy. And look what this squatty said, playing in the Rangers' tears. Yes, yes, yes. It has been that many tears that have been shed over that video, that baby mama video, and 40 million views. Yes, cry harder, the Rangers. Yes, because Meghan is just walking through all of those tears, looking terrific. I love it. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all a little later. Bye.